What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak your mind sports talk. All right, check it out, guys. Y'all know what time it is. It's the prediction predictions, guys. So all right, let me send this off to my partner right quick. Running a little behind as usual. Y'all know me. I'll be late to my own funeral. But anyway, gun rights. I got that out to you. Bam, there it is. All right. So, what's happening, guys? What's up? Everything good? Astros, Colorado. Okay, all right, gun rights. I got that. How you guys doing this morning? How you guys doing this morning? Now, I shall hope that some of you guys put in a ticket with me yesterday. I don't know who did or who didn't, but this is the start of it, guys. Now, I gave some specific tickets yesterday. Some parlays there. At the end of the show, I didn't have gun rights here with me. So, you guys had to, lean on D Jefferson yesterday. And I gave you guys some tickets. So hopefully some of you guys took advantage of those tickets. At least one of them. I gave two. Andre, what's popping with you? Sporadic Flowers, good to see you. Good to see you, fam. Good to see you. So I hope some of you guys took my advice yesterday. And at the end of the show, what Gun Rights and I start doing is we start giving you guys some tickets to put in. Little cheap tickets. Well, to make a long story short, guys, we hit yesterday. Now, I hit yesterday. Like I said, hopefully you guys put the ticket in too. Trying to see, let me see here. Show you guys this. There we go. That's the ticket yesterday, guys. Okay. We'll put that right in front of the camera. There it is. You see that? $1 ticket. We cashed in for $28.02 off of $1. So trust me on this. It doesn't work every time, but $1, you win $28.02 off of $1. That's what we're here to do, guys. You gotta win some money. It's better to win than to lose. So let me get Gun Rights on the phone. Let him know that we live. He should be logging in here soon. All right, there it is. All right, so pretty good day yesterday, guys. We did have some mishaps. Some of the overs and unders didn't cash in, but one of those tickets did cash in for us. So if you guys put in at least one of those tickets, and remember, guys, I only put in those tickets for $1. So if you follow me on those two tickets, that means you won money because you only bet $2 on both of those tickets, but one of them cashed in at $23. So hell, you could have put in 6 different tickets variation, and one of them would have hit, and you still would have won because they're only dollar tickets. We're just doing this to have some fun, follow the games. Y'all know it's all about fun here. Speaking my sports talk, so don't break the bank. You don't have to gamble a lot of money. Just have some fun with it. $2 tickets, $3 tickets, hell, $5 tickets if you want to live on the edge. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and dig into these games today. And yesterday we had something really funny happen. They kind of switched up. They switched up on us. Like we had a schedule set, and then they switched the whole schedule around midday, which didn't really cause us any issues as far as the betting is concerned. That's why I always try to get this done between 11 and 11:30, give you guys plenty of time to make your decisions on the game. But remember, always give it some time, the game time to decision with some of these players, because if they don't play, it could really sway the way, we predict these games. So if you guys get a last minute announcement that somebody is not going to be in the game or something like that, then it would probably behoove you to, put your bet around, alter your bet there some to make sure that it matches who's going to play. Because if significant guys are out, and guys, then the predictions we have don't really hold much weight. You know what I'm saying? So let me see here. Brooklyn Nets Raptors. The first one. That's the first game we're gonna do, guys. The Nets versus the Raptors. Uh you see here trying to give Gunright some time to get in here. He should be in here soon. But let's go ahead and start off with the Nets versus the Raptors, guys. Just until Gunright gets in here. So, after yesterday's game, after the obliteration, we shall say. But, it was a blowout game, 135, 111, 24-point win by the Toronto Raptors. They did cover the spread yesterday, guys. Remember, Gunrights and I said, that's a lot of points, pretty dangerous. But, they did cover. And, beautiful game. We picked them to win. Everything was pretty much, how we said. If you bet the money line, if you bet the money line, you would still save it. If you put it in that parlay, like I suggested, you won some money. So today, Toronto opens up at 11, minus 11. And currently they're at minus 11.5. So they got to win by 12 today. Minus 7 at the half. The totals are 226.5. And they're 115 at the half. Now, again, I'm still under these totals. I know I might have missed. Just put it right there, right for now, baby. Just do that later while Daddy's on this, okay? So, I'm pretty sure, guys, I'm still going to stay under that total, okay? Toronto Raptors. We cannot depend on Toronto Raptors allowing the Nets to put up 110 points again. That's the thing. That's why I still want to go under. See, the Toronto Raptors are averaging 106 points. They're keeping their opponents to 106 points or less. So 110 points for the Nets. They go my man. They go my partner in crime. What's up, Gun Rights? You there, fam? So,
Yeah.
All right, there he goes. So, Alistair 49 in the building. James Jackson, what's good? So, Gun Rights, you just in time. We
Putting in my
starting off.
bets right now.
Oh, all right, you good, but you just in time because we on the first game. I just started on the first game. Toronto Raptors versus the Nets.
Yeah, I
So,
had it set for 9:30.
all right, yeah, I came in a little late. We all good. So here we go. So the Nets, they're a much better team than they've been getting credit for. They share that ball extremely well. And game one of the series, the Nets shot 46%, 46.7% from the floor. They had 33 assists, right? Which means they was moving that ball around really well. Team ball, guys. And they dominated in the paint by 20 points. They dominated the Raptors, 48 points to 28 points. So that's plus signs for the Nets. You understand? Those are huge plus signs for the Nets. The Nets still got a lot of mistakes they need to clean up, though. Okay, in that first game, if they clean these mistakes up, they could challenge the Raptors even more than they did in that first game. They fouled way too much with 29 guys. They had 29 fouls. Okay, they got to lay down on that. They got to cut that down a whole lot. And they had too many turnovers. And their shots, their free throw shooting, abysmal, 68.8%. So if they clean those things up, and those are not tough things to clean up, free throw line, that's something. But if they clean those things up, they could challenge the Raptors more. But here's the thing. The Raptors simply on fire right now, bro. And they have been since the restart. And like I said, 106 points, 107 points a game is defense. That's what they've been keeping teams down to. And this is not, they've played teams tougher than the Nets, and they've kept teams down consistently. So we can't depend on 110 points because of the Raptors defense. The Raptors have, these last 2 games, guys, here's something that's significant and why I say I want to stick with under on these points. I don't want to get overzealous. In these last 2 games, the Raptors shot over 50%, an astounding, ridiculous 50% from the three-point line. That shit's not going to keep up. Fred VanVleet, although he can go hard in some game, he went 8 for 10, guys, 80% from the three-point line. These are not, statistically, this is not something we can depend on. And them doing it 2 games back-to-back when they're average is 36.7%. So this is uncharacteristic, right? We cannot depend on that. With all of those things being said, me personally, I want to go with the Raptors on this game. Again, I'm still concerned with that point spread, just like Gunright said. And he's been making me more leery of this. 12 points is still 12 points, guys. And let's understand something. I do not expect the Raptors to sweep this series. I think that the Brooklyn Nets will steal a game here, okay? We don't know which game that could be, but with 12 points looming, that's kind of dangerous, all right? I think we should take the Raptors here on the money line and go under that 226.5, you know? But gun rights, with that information, let's give the people some ideas on how to bet this game here today.
Well, the money line ain't really no value in that, man. It's minus 900. All right. I kind of stayed away from this game, really, to be honest with you. If I was to go with this game, I would say the best value would probably be like the first half or the first quarter and go with the points with the Raptors. For me, I expect it to be a lot more close. You know, this start of this game. So with that, I mean, you know, if you could find a 12.5 out there, I would go with the points. But I mean, I wouldn't put my money on it. I kind of stayed away. It's just like I told you with that Bucks game, man. I stayed away from that game because it wasn't no value into it. And on top of that, it was just way too many points, man. So my advice would be to stay away from this game. But if you have to lay something, I would just go with the Raptor. I mean, go with the Nets the first half and take the points, or the first quarter and take the points. You feel me? But I would kind of stay away from this one, man.
So you were absent. So I was telling everybody if they followed yesterday, because I had to do it without you, but I put 2 tickets up yesterday and I told you one of them hit, right?
Yeah.
And I want to show everybody again, $28.02 for $1. Okay.
$1,
Gun Rights is here today, so y'all gonna get those tickets and he gonna give y'all a couple of
yeah, I'm two tickets still in. I just need Katie Taylor and Dillian White on both of those tickets to come through this weekend, and that's pretty much like $300 and something on one ticket off of $3. I mean, off of $5, and then it's $120 something off a $2 ticket. But Dillian White and Katie Taylor got to both win.
Yeah, Alistair said Raptors should have played their bench more against Brooklyn. I say they start their backup. Nah, they're gonna start their starters, Alistair. It's the playoffs, man. They're not gonna mess around like that in the playoffs, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know the Raptors your team, but I've been watching this sport for way too long, fam. They're not gonna take those chances. You have to start off. The thing is, Alistair, what you want to do is you want to start off your team hot. You want to get your bench motivated to get in there and perform. You want to start with momentum, you know, and then you slide guys into that rotation. That way you still have some of your stars that's in momentum. These coaches know who to pull out, who's hot and who's not. But you want to get your stars, your key players to get that team going. You don't want to mess around. Like, this is not a regular season game. You don't want to mess around and start a game off with your second and third string team. That's not going to happen. I can guarantee you that. All right, guys. So we have the info on that first game. Let's move on to this second game here. And the second game on the card, let me see. Utah Jazz is our 4 o'clock game versus the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets open up at -4, and the current is -4. Totals is 217.5. Okay. Let me go to my breakdown on this game. All right, guys. Jazz are terrible in the second quarter for some reason. So that might be something for all you guys that like these prop bets, because I've been looking into that. I'm studying that for you guys a little more. I'm not getting deep into it because this is basic prediction and odds, but I have been looking into the prop bet. So that may be something for you guys to look at here concerning betting this first half, because the Utah Jazz consistently, I went back all games during the bubble and prior to the bubble, they've consistently had problems in the second quarter. Consistently, guys. That's something to think about. They're not winning these, they're not doing a good job at winning these first halves. So for you guys that's in the prop bets, that's just something that I thought about, giving you guys some info on. But with that being said, they're also not able to close games well. So you got a problem in the second quarter, and if you're not able to close games well, what does that tell you? Either the third or the fourth quarter, you're having issues in too. And that's generally the fourth quarter for this team because they're doing well in the third quarter. If you go back and you look at a lot of their games, this is where they shine in the third quarter, but they cannot close these games out, right? So basically, it's at the end of both halves, right? The Jazz are showing difficulties here. Now, Donovan Mitchell has been playing lights out. Reminds you of the Damian Lillard situation over there in Portland, where they're leaning on this guy a lot. However, with Donovan Mitchell's situation, I think their team's defense is a little bit more solid than Portland over there. And the Jazz are shooting 35% from three-point land, 74% from charity stripe, and that's sort of an issue there. Jazz can win on any given night with Mitchell playing the way he's been playing. Mitchell has 68 points, guys, in 59 minutes of these last two games. I repeat, 68 points in 59 minutes. This dude is scoring well over a point a minute. That's terrible for any opponent, okay? Denver, however, is my dark horse team on the Western Conference for a reason. They've been battling without their young stars, Will Barton, Gary Harris, Jamal Murray. Remember, they were battling without those guys for a minute. These three guys account for 40 points per game or more. And defense. Great with defense, these three guys. All right. There was a team where, okay, the main guys can get streaky sometimes, but the teammates always pick up the pieces. When Jokic gets streaky, all of a sudden you have Millsap that picks up there, Jamal Murray picks up there. You know what I mean? And you have these young players off the bench, Michael Porter Jr. that can come in there, Jeremy Grant come in there and pick up. So their stars may get streaky, but their team, they're deep. This is a deep team, right? And they've been doing all of this without these three young guys. Gary Harris is probable today. Jamal Murray's been back, and he's been phenomenal. He almost had a triple-double in their last game. Denver, in my opinion, is too deep for the Jazz. That's the problem. Their team is too deep, okay? And there's also a certain element, guys, of having another team's number. You know how in any competition, an individual player or team, they just have this other team's number. Well, I went back and I did the research on the meetings between the Jazz and the Denver Nuggets, and they're undefeated against the Nuggets. I mean, against the Jazz. The Jazz cannot find a way to beat the Denver Nuggets. This has been throughout the season, and even in this opening playoff game, they can't find a way to beat them. They've taken them to 2 overtime games, but remember, the Jazz has issues closing out games, right? And so when we take all that into account, here's my summary and the way I see this game. I like Denver. I like Denver on the money line and over that 217. Okay, but guys, check this out. There may also be an opportunity on the Jazz here on the point spreads. on the point spread, right? Because they're due to win a game also. Just like I said in that Toronto-Brooklyn matchup, I think the Jazz steals a game here. I don't see a sweep. So they're due to win a game. So the opportunity, in my opinion here, may be to go on the line with the Jazz here. Still over the 217. But again, my pick would be money line Denver over 217. There may be an opportunity with the Jazz here because of that spread. I think that, like I said, they're due to win a game or have a close one here. We've already had two games back to back overtime. So that tells you that they're not going away easy, right? 5 points, kind of sketchy there. Might be able to make a play on that. But with that info, gun rights, give the people some info on how to bet this game. I think there's some opportunities in this game.
I only like the over on this game. I wouldn't touch the money line or the points. I like the over though. That's my play on this game. Is the over. I got it at
The over.
218 though, but I still yeah.
All right, guys, y'all got it. My man, Sporadic Flower said, make sure all the rude peeps get blocked. It's a selfish request, I know. I feel you, Sporadic Flower. What up, Ron Cohen in the building? What's good? Right now, I'm buffering. Oh, wow. I don't think it's my stream because I'm looking pretty clear over here. Sporadic Flowers. All right, guys. So y'all heard him. The over is all he's feeling on this game here. Um, Y'all know I'm gonna be hard headed because I'm in the zone. I'm $4 over. That means I'm winning. I'm winning. All right, guys, here we go. Next game on the card. Let me see here what we got. The next game on the card is the 76 and 630 in Boston. Boston opens up at minus 5.5. The current is minus 4.5, so the line shifted down a little bit. Not sure why. I still expect Boston to win this game. 215.5 on the totals, guys. 106 at the half and 2.5 at the half. But here's my breakdown on this game. Embiid and the 76ers are playing with raw emotion and effort since the loss of their young star, Ben Simmons. The 76ers, however, are having problems at the free throw line and turning the ball over. You know, two really bad signs for the playoffs, but Ben Simmons was their main ball handler, right? So they've lost him, and that's why we're seeing guys dropping with taking care of the ball and such. Um, Big no-nos in the playoff though, shooting bad at the line and turnovers. That's big no-nos. The Celtics, they're a team who score well off of turnovers. So peep this out. Sixers having the problems with turnovers. Celtics are top 4 in the league, or top 3, I think I looked in the league at scoring off of turnovers. That's a bad sign. Gordon Hayward is out, however, this game. He hurt his ankle. It's a high sprain on his ankle. So he is out. But I'm certain that Brad Stevens is going to utilize Samuel Levy and Marcus Smart to kind of replace what's lost with Gordon Hayward there. So you have massive defense. Marcus Smart is a pretty underrated two-way player, in my opinion. And then O'Leary also, he's a young player, but two-way player. So they can kind of replace that loss. They've worked and played well already without Gordon Hayward. So that's going to affect them, of course, but I think that they can get past that. Okay, they'll pick up the slack, those two guys. I'm actually expecting a sweep in this series, right? So I'm not looking at Philly to steal any games here. I'm looking at Boston to pull every game off and sweep them. And I'm going to say maximize the line bet with Boston. I think they cover in this one. Now, I know Gun Rights. This is just me, guys. Y'all make sure y'all listen to the advice that Gun Rights give you. But at 4.5, 5 points, I feel like Boston covers on this one. Okay. So I take Boston on the I guess the line to cover on the points. And this 215, okay, none of the games in their last 5 meetings, guys. This is something. I think this is where I went wrong because I missed on the overs on this game yesterday, and I wish I had done the research on this yesterday versus today. Here's where I went wrong. I was researching these teams, and I looked up both of these teams, and they're putting up great numbers, right? Great numbers, 110, 115 or better. You know, they have games in the 130s, 122. So I'm like, bro, 215 is stupid low, right? Well, actually, yesterday was, I think, 213 or something, 214. I was like, that's crazy low for these two teams. So I said, over, definitely on that. But here's the research that I did, guys. The matchup. Got to pay attention to the matchup between these two teams. In their last 5 meetings, these two teams, the last 5 times all season, after the bubble and everything, they've played each other. They've never gotten over 215.5. And I wish I'd have seen that yesterday because I would have been like, oh, hell no, go under. Here's the scores, guys, of their last 5 meetings. 200 points, 214, 207, 211, and then just yesterday, 210. So I'm going to say solid under this 215. You know, we could have a game. These totals are tricky, just like Gunright said, and they tricked me up yesterday. But had I done that research there, I wouldn't have went over. That's amazing to me that they put up so many points. But when they meet up with each other, they just can't seem to get those points cracking like that, right? Again, these are rivalry teams in the same conference. Could just be a thing where these two teams kind of have each other's numbers, or the two coaches something about each other. But let's go under that 215. Seeing what happened yesterday and noticing a pattern between these two teams, I would say go under at 215. With that information, Gun Rights, get the people some strategies on betting this game here.
I just like Boston money line. Boston money line is my play on this game.
Boston on the money line. You don't like the spread or the over and under on this? I really think that both of these are solid here. The spread and the over under.
I mean, yeah, the spread could be it could be solid, but I mean, as far as for sure, I would just stick with the money line. That's my play on this. That's what I got on my card.
Hey, y'all heard it, man. Like I said, D. Jefferson is the risky guy. Y'all go with Gun Rights, the gambling pro. Go with me at this up or down 50-50 with D. Jeff. All right. Ron Cohen says after the first 2 days of the playoff, I gotta hear today's strategy. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna have some decent strategies. Y'all know y'all gonna have the crazy ticket from D. Jefferson and the great tickets from Gun Right Soccer Training Club. Appreciate you coming through, my man. My Lakers took the loss. Yeah, man. I just like in boxing soccer training club, I just call it straight down the line. Just how I see it. I have no horse in this race. My team are the Knicks. They ain't in it. So I really don't give a damn who wins or lose. And I really just have to call things like I see it. So I hope everybody took advantage of and my partner Gun Rights won't hear yesterday, but I saw that one coming, guys. I saw that one coming a mile away. I was saying it before the playoffs started. In game number 1, and I still pick your team to win this series, but they have some serious adjustments to make. But I said in game number 1, before this series started, so I knew what my play was going to be, is underdog Portland Trailblazers. Gun Rights, no, I've been talking to him on the phone the whole time. I said, bro, they're going to upset them in their first game. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what none of these channels say, what the bookies say. They're going to upset them in that first game. They're going to smack the Lakers in the mouth and wake them up. Now, either they're going to smack them in the mouth and wake them up, or they're going to put them in a state of fear. Well, LeBron James don't get scared. I don't care what no one says. So I think that it's a wake-up call for your Lakers. I knew that was going to happen. I just had a premonition. I knew that was going to happen. So my play yesterday, which was a part of that ticket, because I had Portland by the points, underdog. I knew that shit was going to happen, fam. But I think the Lakers are going to take them tomorrow. So I'm picking the Lakers tomorrow, Sporadic Soccer Training Club. I will tell you that, guys. But let's go with Gun Rights on that last play here. Y'all heard what the man said. let's get to this last game here, and then we're gonna get to our picks of the day, or our plays of the day, I should say. All right, so Dallas Mavericks versus the Clippers. Such an exciting game this first game was. For all of you guys that watch it, I know you had a good time. Lewis and I did the commentary for that game, and again, it was a tremendous game. Luka Doncic played his heart out. Kristaps Porzingis was ejected from that game. He got upset with a referee call early in the game and got a technical foul, but then he got tangled up with Marquise Morris, and they got double text. Well, that was Kristaps' second, and it was plenty time left in the fourth quarter when this happened. So I knew that was going to be a loss for them. They're not going to get it done against the Clippers without Kristaps and Luka Doncic on that floor. So my breakdown on this game, Dallas Mavericks are a scrappy team right now, but extremely banged up. And Luka's hurting bad, guys. Dallas had 17 plus turnovers per game, and they're getting pounded down low despite their length. See, guys, teams that are not even as long as them are taking it to them down there in the paint, right? And the 17 plus turnover per game that they average, that's a freaking huge problem because Dallas are not the most defensively efficient team, right? So they can't be giving the ball up like that. That's a problem. Dallas are solid offensively, but facing one of the least toughest defensive teams in the Clippers, right? So they're good offensively, but this is the Clippers team. Clippers appear to be too much defensive of a defensive unit for the Dallas Mavericks to get through to me. That's just how I feel. Kawhi and Paul George are in playoff mode right now, guys. Remember all that load management throughout the season, and well, it's time. And those two guys are in playoff mode. Kawhi Leonard had a double-double with 29 points, 10 rebounds. Paul George had 27 points. They are ready. Young Zubac, this guy's doing it down low. Offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds, he's pounding the boards. Double-double for him in this last game, too. Okay? And that's not to mention the way Patrick Beverly's been running around there in the passing lane, smacking away all passes. Patrick Beverly getting 7 rebounds a game. These are hustle rebounds. This Clipper team, they're in playoff mode. I actually see a sweep here too, guys. At first sight, I thought Dallas may steal a game here, but I see a sweep here because Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, Doc Rivers has done a tremendous job with resting these guys. And Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are ready. They're in playoff mode. So with this, I see the Clippers going 2-0 here. They're going to take this game too. Listen, I went over on those totals yesterday, but I'm going to say this. I'm not discouraged. I'm going over on the totals again. I already know what Gun Rights is going to say because he hates those totals. But I'm going over on the totals again. We cannot let last game discourage us from these totals, not with these two teams, because I did the research on these two teams. Last game was somewhat of an anomaly. The Clippers are putting up very decent points to cover this 229.5. They're putting up very decent points. Mavericks are lights out when it comes to putting up points. That's what they do. And although Clippers are a defensive team, we've seen what happened last night. The Mavericks, especially with Kristaps on that floor, is still going to be able to put up points. The Clippers are just defensively responsible enough to not allow them to put up more points than them. Okay, so I see 2-0 here. Clippers, that open at 6.5, that's kind of dangerous. I do think that they cover, but I still think 7 points, they're winning from 7 points is kind of dangerous. But look, guys, they won by 7 last night, right? So, I say cover, but Gun Rights, with that info, man, you give them a safe bet on this game. What you thinking?
I actually like Dallas in the points. Give me the percentages. Go to that game and give me the percentages real quick, and I'm gonna show you. You something.
Now, y'all stay woke. Listen to the man. Okay, so we have on the side, we have 35% Dallas, 65% Clippers. On the money line, we got 77% Dallas. On the money, wow, that's Public sees it differently for me. Okay, 77% Dallas, 23% Clippers, and then the overs and unders. The public is with me on this one, bro. Like I'm not discouraged either. They're 60-40, 60-40% on the overs and unders. 60 for
Now,
over, 40 for under.
now let me tell you this: look for that game to go under or Dallas to take the side. Watch what I tell you. Me
Dallas
and
to take the side. I think
yeah.
Dallas takes the side then. If that's the information you're giving me, because I think I'm telling you
Go
now,
back yesterday. Just
uh,
go back yesterday when we get off this live. I want you to go back yesterday and I want you to look at the percentages and look at who covered and look at what the overs and unders is, and you will get what I'm saying. Just look at
no.
yesterday's
I
game.
already get what you're saying, and that's what I'm saying. This
Mm.
is why I'm piggybacking off of what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and I'm piggybacking off of that, not disagreeing with it. What I'm saying is based on what you're saying. Is remember, like we talked about yesterday, all three not going to go through, and that I agree with you. Now I'm seeing that clearly. That all three are not going to go through. You're not going to get the side with the public, the money, and the overs and unders. It's not
Put
going
it
to
this
work
way:
like
public on the four of the four games yesterday, the
right,
public got at least 4 to 5 wrong. So
right,
I rather my motto is bet against the public on most bets because the public is not really sharp like that. The sharp betters is going to be the low percentage betters, the low
right,
percentage sides. That's where
right,
the money is going to lie at. That's where the value is. Let me say that. You feel me? Because I learned a lot about the value of the game as
right,
opposed to a lot of these teams where you see minus 180 or minus 170. The value is on the other side. It's just like the value yesterday was your Portland pick. That was the value yesterday. But
right. Well, then
if you
that's
look at
what
the
I'm saying.
spread,
Okay, so let me get this off right quick because I get you. I think you think that maybe I'm disagreeing with you, but I actually get you, and I this is my thought process on this. Because of what you're telling me here, that's why I think that it would be a good play, guys, where he's saying, okay, the good play would be go with Dallas on the points. My thing is for me, it would be the points and the overs. Because then that
well,
would fit right that would fit right in
well,
what
you
you're
already
telling
know I
us
don't like the
to
over.
go.
You already
Well,
know I
I,
don't
I
really
know you
mess.
don't like the overs, but I'm just saying that bet would fit right in what you're telling us about the public. It would fit right in with that if you go Dallas and the overs. You know what I mean? And again, guys, that's the risky bet. That's the risky bet here. The safe bet is the way gun rights explain that there. That's just how I see it. Let's see what you guys talking about in the chat right quick. Soccer Training Club said Damian Lillard sick, y'all. Fire. Yeah, he is, dog. That dude is on fire. Oh, the Lakers gonna have to do something, right? Yeah, to right the ship. The role players have to step it up for sure. Big time. Big time, Ron. Big time. I'm back. I ordered some seafood. That's what's up. Damn, man. That sounds good right now. Like I said during the game, that Patrick Beverly gives the Clippers those intangibles that makes it different. Yeah, I remember you saying that, and that's a fact, bro. He's all over the place. He's all over the place. Uncle Burn apostrophe in the building was good. He said Prop been a bit too greedy of late. Yeah, racking up 6+ acres, looking for bigger scores. Yeah, but I'm a prop. I'm gonna try to break them down. I mix in the smaller runs, having success with them. Yeah, I'm doing something similar to that. Uncle Burn apostrophe. What? Can I say something? Yeah. Um, Sporadic flowers. Mm-hmm. Whatever seafood you ordered, just know that we all like seafood. Yeah, we do. We all like calamari, fish. All of that. That's what we eat. No meats. That's seafood. So whatever you ordered, that's right. She's right. We like it. Bye. Bye. All right, guys. So here we go. Dumb rights. Let's give them some. Let's give them some bets to put in, dog. It's about that time. While you doing that, I'm gonna put mine in right now. I'm gonna put some crazy bets in here, guys. I'm gonna let Gun Rights give y'all 2 tickets. Give them 2 tickets, Gun Rights. You can make them 2 3-teamers or a 3 and a 4, however you want to mix it up. You got the info. You know how it go.
Well, I only really look. I mean, I got all kind of shit around here, man. I got baseball, hockey,
Give
boxing,
them all
NBA.
basketball. And matter of fact, we're gonna talk. Stay on the line after I close this off. Don't jump off. I want
Well, my
hockey and
only for sure
baseball.
picks today. I mean, I only really got one ticket for him on the basketball. As far
All
as
right.
basketball is concerned, only like Boston money line, um, Clippers money line, and I will have to say the over in the Utah Jazz game. That's my three team for the. That's my only three bets that I really mess with as far as basketball. I got a lot of MLB today and a lot of and some NHL. I got some boxing.
So you only get that's all you got for them, that one ticket, right?
Yeah, yeah. As
All
far as
right,
the
give
three
it to them
team,
again. Give it to them again. Y'all write this down. I want y'all to put this ticket in because we won yesterday. Don't gotta be a lot. $2, $3. Give it to them one more time. Give them this parlay ticket.
Clippers money line, or you could take Dallas with the points. Boston, just take a money line, and then I like the over in the Utah versus the Denver Nuggets, the over to 218 or over 217, wherever, whatever it says on yours. Mine is at 218. It was at 217 and a half this morning, but it moved to 218. So, but I still like that over.
Okay. All right, y'all got it. That is the gun rights ticket. That's the gun rights special right there. Now I'm gonna give y'all the madness. This is the D madness. Hold on, I'm working it up, and I think I got it. Say y'all just that on. Let me just do that. All right, guys. So here's the crazy ticket for y'all. I'm putting this in right now, just so
But
that
I'm about
y'all
to
know.
put these tickets in. Just call me after you get off.
All right, all right, all right. I'll give you a call. Yeah, go ahead and drop our tickets in, man. All right, guys. So here we go. Here's my play. Here's my play. And look, I suggest with my play, do like I do, $1 or two. Let's not make it too much because then we're taking too much of a risk. These tickets that I put in, guys, are really risky. But if we hit, it's based on the predictions that I'm giving, right? So they're really risky, but it's based on the predictions that I'm giving you guys. So if these tickets hit, then we're solid. All right, so here's what I got, guys. $1 or whatever you want to bet. It's a risky ticket. Here's what I got. We're going to take Toronto on the money line. Okay. We're going to go under the 226. All this on the same ticket parlay. Utah Jazz on the points. Underdog. Okay. That was the advice of my man Gun Rights. We're going to go over 217.5. Boston Celtics on the money line. LA Clippers on the money line, and in that game, over the 230. All right. $1 ticket gets you, can y'all see that? $29.80. So I want y'all to put that ticket in. $1 gets you $29.80. $10 gets you 200, $290.80. Want to get risky and bet $100, and you win on that ticket, it gets you $2,980. I'm just doing $1. Okay. Or if you double it up and say do $2, then you get $58.60 or $2. So y'all can play around with it like that. But that's the ticket. I'll read it off for you one more time. Toronto on the money line, under in that game, the 226.5. Utah Jazz, take them on the points. Take them on the points and go over that game, 217.5. Boston Celtics on the money line. Los Angeles Clippers on the money line and over in that game at 230. Y'all hit that ticket and y'all go place the bet. Boom. I have put that ticket in. So we'll see if we win, guys. All right. So you talking about what'd you say there? You were talking about the Clippers, right? I think you were talking about Odell. Yeah, the Los Angeles Clippers. He said, drop a sport tip if feeling generous. Probably a bit too generous of late, racking up six. Yeah, let me see. Let me see. Dillian White, Dillian White by decision, and Katie Taylor by decision. That's a sports tip. Use those two fights to mix in to some parlay tickets. That's a tip. I don't know if that's what you was looking for. Uncle Bird apostrophe, but there you go. But look, guys, have some fun with that. Make sure y'all put those two tickets in. The one Gun Rights gave you, the one I gave you, and hopefully we win here. Gun Rights and I get ready to go work on some more tickets to put in. We got fights and everything else coming up. But y'all have some fun. Remember, Lewis and I are doing the game night basketball live with Lewis and D. I'll put it up in a little while. This is the prediction show. We're going to be doing this every day, guys, okay? Every day. And when basketball season is over, for all of you guys that didn't catch it, I'm going to pick back up on UFC. I'm going to flip-flop, though. Boxing is all year round. This is a boxing family. We always going to stick with boxing, but I'm going to flip-flop basketball and UFC. So when basketball season over, we're picking up the prediction show with UFC, baby. We're going to keep it going, and then we'll flip back to basketball. So we're going to have a prediction show all the time. Let's have some fun. Small bets. This is basic prediction and odds. We're not trying to get rich here. Just have some fun. Make these competitions a little more exciting because especially with like boring basketball games or football games or boring UFC fights, if you got a little money on the line, it makes it just that more exciting. So let's have fun with sports. Let's have fun here on Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. And y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.